Hi, girlies. Before the episode starts, I want to let you know I'm on tour. Come see me live. I'm going to be in possibly your city. I'm going to be in Raleigh, April 4th through the 6th, Atlanta, Georgia, April 10th through the 12th, Austin, Texas at Cap City on April 23rd, Indianapolis on May 2nd to the 4th, Portland, Oregon, May 16th to the 18th, and Nashville, Tennessee, July 25th and 26th. This is the third episode of Feelin Girlie. If you don't hear your email on this one, there's a good chance we wrote it on the Patreon. If you want to come find us at the Feelin Girlie Patreon, link in the bio. Love ya. Bye.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast, feeling girly and Shirley. You know all of this is made up, cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girls. Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. I literally, right before the camera opened, I said to my producers, and we have an extra special guest, my very good friend, Greg is here in the studio audience today. And yeah, clap for Greg. Yep. And Greg, clap. You have to be a part of it. Oh, whoa. Yeah, that sounded like... That sounded like a masculine clap, but actually what you guys don't know about Greg is he is gay. And we're so happy to have him here. But I looked at my producers and I said, what are some pop culture topics that we could talk about today? And Josh, a straight man, said, Europe's electrical grid went out yesterday. I don't know what that has to do with pop culture. I know that I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care that, and we have a lot of the UK girls listening, and I'm so sorry you guys don't have light, chica, but I can't do anything about that. Does that mean that everyone doesn't have light?
Well, I think it's back on now, but yeah.
Oh.
It was like 7 hours where there was like nothing.
Okay, we've all been through a bad storm. I mean, like, who has? Have you guys ever been? You know, my favorite thing to happen is, have you guys ever been at a restaurant and the power goes out?
Yeah.
Oh, the best when your food has already come out and they go, it's all in the house because they can't charge you. And that is like I have one memory of being, I can't even remember where I was growing up. I was with my grandparents. I think we were on Cape Cod. God forbid you say in Cape Cod. The Cape Cod girls will decapitate you. Yeah, because they're psychos and they get like all. People from Cape Cod think that they're like the Hamptons. They go like, no, you're not. You're like, it's a beach. Have you ever been to Cape Cod? No. Has anybody here been to Cape Cod? It's for rich people, but all the houses look exactly the same, and they have shitty restaurants that they think are good because they're all every place that has seafood thinks they have good restaurants just because they serve seafood. And I'm here to say, like, I don't really eat trash from the ocean. I don't like seafood. I'll eat sushi, of course, or whatever. But like cod. I do have this fantasy of fish and chips that is like, I do. I really think I always, whenever I see it on a menu at a restaurant, I never order it. But then I always think, oh, I love fish and chips. And then a couple of years ago, I actually ordered it at a restaurant and I was like, yuck. I don't know. I think maybe it's just over. Also, yeah, everyone's listening being like, is he talking about fish and chips on his Feelin Girlie podcast? Yeah, we are. There's a lack of substance in today's episode. We actually have had a crazy good week. And Ariel, how are you doing today?
Good.
Yeah. Is anything making you feel girly today?
I don't know.
You look incredible. You have a baby blue little dress on, and
you.
And you're doing the Ariana Grande 2016 cardigan over the shoulders. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess all of that does make
Have
me
you always been a girl who wears little hoops?
No, actually. I mean, I feel like at some point everyone was wearing studs, so then I was wearing studs, and now I do.
You kind of do whatever all the other girls do?
Stop.
See, if I was a girl, I would never be like the other girls.
These are my mom's.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, your mom's not here, so I'm not sure why you're like. I'm supposed to defend you. You said it like your mom's dead. You're like, oh, well, these actually are my dead mom's earrings. It's like, well, your mom's alive and she's in Florida, and I'm sure that's hard for you. But like, don't weaponize mother love because you have her earrings on. Not to be disrespectful, but I am so happy that you're here. Do you ever wear contacts?
No.
Yeah, whoa, crazy. It's always crazy because like you're so pretty, so to be like, I'm gonna wear glasses all the time. It's like
that's why when I get here, I'm not wearing them, because if I'm not driving, I don't need them. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well,
but then I don't want you to be blurry, so then I put them on.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's so true.
She goes glassesless in the house. She wants me to be blurry.
Of course, yeah. Every time,
Never wears glasses in the house.
every time Ariel and Josh go to have sex, Ariel's like, 1 second, takes her glasses off.
She's like, oh, it's like HD, gross.
Yeah. She's like, when I take my glasses off, I can't even tell that you're a redhead. You guys can't tell, but Josh is a redhead, which everybody knows is actually no. I love guys who are redhead. I think that's one of my favorite flavors of boys, redheaded boys. Not Josh. It doesn't work when Josh has it on him. I look at him and I go, yeah, it's red, but it's just not. The rest of the package isn't working for me. But But Josh is great. Josh and Ariel, we all filmed a medieval sketch that will be on Josh's. What is your YouTube page called?
Good Girls Studios. Good Girl Studios.
Good Girl Studios. I know a lot of you like to be called that in the bedroom, but they do. That's like so big. Have you noticed that Good Girl has really turned into like the thing that girls want to be called?
That's like where the name comes from, because it was Matt Ross's idea to name it.
Yeah, of course it was Matt Ross's idea. Matt Ross is like out here in Austin banging out good girls all over the place. I mean, it's crazy. I'm sure Matt Ross. Okay, we can't keep talking about Matt Ross in the podcast, but I'm sure in his phone it's just like good girl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so funny because even my lesbian roommates were like, we saw Matt Ross. Everyone's like, who's Matt Ross? Matt Ross is a good friend of ours. He's a comic here in Austin. Everybody thinks he's hot. I think he lost his sparkle, but that's just me. Even my lesbian roommates were like, he's a real cutie. I was like, yep. The girls go. I go, he's a dog. Okay. It's like inside baseball.
Check out the Friendly Fire podcast. That's Josh's podcast, with Matt Ross, and but we did record a really cool sketch that Josh directed and wrote with Ariel as well, which is coming out literally
this week. So you'll see that I'm in it. It's a medieval sketch where I'm being like a mean gay guy. It's very. But what's really fun about my part in the sketch is it's like the 1600s. When was the medieval times?
1200s.
Oh, 1200s. What was the 1600s?
Slavery.
Oh, Josh, this is Feelin Girlie. This isn't the history.
I'm just saying that's what it was.
Wasn't that more of like the Renaissance-y Victorian?
Okay,
Good
spin, Ariel. That wasn't slavery. That was Renaissance. Do you guys have a favorite like year that you would want to go back in time to? I believe that I already lived through all of them as a past life girl, but I'm sure I would like to. Yeah, I really wish. I feel like, you know what's so sad is like now everyone goes down. I would be pissed if I wasn't a girl back in the day where I couldn't wear one of those long dresses with a corset on it. I do feel like that would really make me feel girly every single week if I was being like. Obviously, I would want to be a rich girl and have like some maid like fucking tighten me up and like I'm like, oh my god. Just a miserable princess, just like, yep, and they're selling me off. Can you believe it? I absolutely, if I was a girl, I would have been sold off to my. I do, and like for like alliances with different countries.
So you would have been a princess.
Yeah, something like that. I don't want to be the type of person who goes like, I was a princess in a past life, but I think we can all feel it. What's making me feel girly this week? I'll tell you what's not making me feel girly and what's making me feel masculine as fuck is that the USPS, I'm watching you by the way, did not drop off my passport. And it was actually supposed to be here on the 16th and they could not access to drop it off, and they just haven't dropped it off. So after this, which is the reason I have my shoes on, I'm always barefoot on this show, is, I have my shoes on because the second I get out of here, I'm going to the USPS to fuck some shit up. And by fuck some shit up, I mean I'm going to very politely ask whoever's working there if they know where my passport is. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Real ID is coming up, and you need it to fly by May 7th. And guess who's on tour?
The Texas IDs are Real IDs.
And I don't have that, Ariel, because
okay,
I didn't do that because I'm a lazy ADHD girl that nobody can tell what to do. And I purposely got the passport so that I can do it this way. What are some other things that I was going to bring up today? I feel like everyone was really loving that I dogged on Katy Perry. I've been seeing more videos of her concert, which is... Have you guys seen that?
humiliating. I know. I feel really bad, but it's like very clear that she just like said, "What did Taylor Swift do for her Eras tour?" And then I'm gonna number one, even calling it the Lifetimes tour is like
Same concept.
Yeah, it's like, do you not notice that you're copying, you know, and then you're gonna copy, and then also with your like bad songs and also bad outfits, and I don't know.
I was gonna say I liked her outfits.
Oh, Ariel, she likes the outfits. Okay.
She's wearing an Ariana Grande over the shoulder off sweatshirt.
You did just put your hair on a big pony like Ari.
Oh my god!
But I think that's fine.
It's crazy.
But Ariana Grande, I think is it Ari or Ari?
Ariana.
I think it's Ariana. I prefer. Have you seen the video of that girl who pretends to be Ariana Grande, who looks just like her? I hate that girl.
Yeah.
I hate all of the girls who pretend to be our favorite girls. Like that other girl, is her name Allison, who pretends to be Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah, Ashley.
Ashley,
Yeah.
she makes me sick to my stomach.
That's
That
weird.
girl, she really does. Even just the way she moves, like you know when you see AI and it makes you like, want to throw up. That's what. That's like how I feel about Ashley. You know what I mean? Maybe that's how people feel about. I'm sure there are people out there who are like, I hate that if I was a girl guy, but like I don't care. But yeah, Ashley makes me sick to my stomach. Okay, well, so I was thinking also, I sent Greg actually a TikTok that he didn't respond to recently about having and he's pulling his phone out, and I saw a video of someone being like, I started going to a gay book club, and then I started having all these friends, and I thought, you know, I want to go to a gay book club and meet gay guys.
You want to do that?
Yeah, would you come with me? Do I read?
I don't think he does.
I do read. I'm currently reading The Rules of Magic, the prequel to Practical Magic, and it's not okay. Okay, so Greg's it.
Greg's a good addition. I like this.
So Greg, are you still going to your book club?
The gay book club is on hiatus.
Okay, too much fucking.
No, just not enough commitment.
Okay, yeah, of course, because no one can commit to anything. Because gay men, of course. I know. I'm trying to figure out a way to meet gay men to have sex with them and maybe have a relationship as well. But it's very hard. It's very easy to find like easy sex, but you know, it's so boring with Grindr and all that kind of stuff to be like, oh, how many times can you get your dick sucked and be like, does anybody love me? Yeah. See,
You know what really happened with the gay book club?
What?
Sorry to interrupt. We were reading fiction books, and then we read one self-help book, and then the group ended. Because I think everybody had like a crisis. We were like, oh, we need to fix ourselves.
that's so funny. Like, it's like no longer whatever those like gay smut books are. They're all like, it was all right, like Eat, Pray, Love, and it's like, we need to take a break. I love Eat, Pray, Love. I think it's really incredible. But I was actually thinking about this the other day because I feel like it's really hard. Greg doesn't have the same problem. You meet guys very easily and go on dates all the time, he does, don't you?
Yeah, I go on dates.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, Greg's incredible. I'm not going to get into what Greg likes, but let's just say Greg is a very, very skinny, handsome, attractive man who loves guys who like can't even fit through a fucking door. And anytime our joke about Greg is like, if you're out in public, like, well, you could see a guy with like washboard abs, and Greg, like, you won't even notice him. But if like a dad comes in who's like 45 with like salt and pepper in his beard, who like literally his stomach's touching the table in the booth, Greg's like, oh, he's like hot and he's like sweating. We're like, oh, good, Greg's man is here. You know what's so funny is whenever we go edit this out, Ariel goes, no problem. Then I get a text. She's like, I'm so sorry. All the shit we talked is.
Wait, that only happened once so far, I think.
Yeah, I don't care. I
Luckily,
think.
it wasn't bad.
That was a twofer because she also uploaded the wrong sheet.
Oh my god, last week was a bad week for me.
Oh yeah,
She thought she scheduled it on Monday or Wednesday. She scheduled it for that day.
well, they all loved it. They all loved that they got an early episode. We were like, just release it. It was fun. No, I don't mind it at all. I mean, I think it's very exciting for them to get these extra episodes. It was nice that they all immediately listened, even when it's not even the
late.
day.
Yeah.
It was nice that people were listening immediately, and so I appreciate. Oh yeah, I haven't even said thank you to the tier 1 and 2 girls. I mean, you guys are really doing incredible. What I do want to say is I have my show on at Cap City in Austin on Wednesday, sold out, 330 people, absolutely insane. Yeah, it was a very surreal feeling to. If you guys are probably thinking like, oh, that's really cool. It's very hard to sell out a venue that big, especially like with everything just happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's not normal. So it felt very surreal, but the amount of girls will come up to me and they go like, I'm a tier 1 girl. It makes me laugh so hard, but nothing makes me laugh harder than the girls that come up and go, and I'm tier 2. Because I always go, oh, thank you so much. The tier 2 girls do so much work for this podcast. And then the last thing I really had, and what are we at time wise?
14.
Yeah, we're gonna move to email soon. The only thing I wanted to I was thinking about this is that I feel like it's so hard to. I feel like I'm so bad at meeting guys and like dating, and I talk about this all the time. I feel like Greg's ears are melting because we talk about this so often. But I'm like, you know how some people, it's like, I'm not even asking like, oh, I want to find the love of my life. I'm like, I would take something toxic. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to meet the love of my life. I don't need to meet my husband. I would love to meet somebody that maybe I get into like, I said, what did I just say? I fuck?
Yeah.
What I was trying to say was like that we have like crazy sex, and then we also get into like screaming arguments in the street in front of everybody. Like, I'm so fine with that. But that I don't get that either. You know what I mean? And I started thinking like, why is that? And then I said, it's because you can't handle it. Like, I feel like some people can handle career and having toxic relationships. I actually don't think, I think I would get so wrapped up in a toxic relationship that I would destroy my career. But with that being said, I did see a guy on TikTok the other day who rides horses while lip syncing songs. And I did decide like, I need a man who can ride a horse. That is a requirement of what I want in a boyfriend, a guy who rides horses.
Okay.
But he was riding bareback and he was lip syncing to Ethel Cain. And I was like, yeah. You guys not get horny for guys that can ride horses?
I've like never thought about that.
Really?
We don't have to plan ideas.
Can you ride horses?
No.
Greg?
I've ridden horses.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
But
Yeah, you're talking about the animal.
But
Yeah, come on.
But don't you think it's hot when don't you think it's hot when guys can ride horses?
Yeah, I would say any form of animal husbandry is really attractive in a man.
Animal husbandry.
Yeah, it's when you raise animals.
Oh, see, I would disagree there, because if a guy had chickens, I don't know if I could handle that. It actually does to me. If I remember thinking the first guy and only man I've ever been in love with, and I say man as I was 23 and he was 21, and he owned lizards, and I remember thinking. I do remember thinking like, wow, nothing is like how you picture it. If you had told me that my first boyfriend or guy I would ever fall in love with had lizards, I mean, I would have told you to shut your fucking mouth, you know? But there I was in his apartment staring at a man that I was in love with, and he owned lizards. And so, yeah, things are never how they seem, or how they never look how you want them to. Isn't that interesting? All right, should we move over to emails? Because I don't really have too much other to say, other than the fact that if you came out to the show in Austin, thank you so much. It really is like a dream come true. And to check out my other tour dates, I'm going to be on the road. I'm on the road basically every weekend for the next couple of months. So yeah, please come see those. And then also, yeah, you know what's also really annoying? I'm just gonna throw it out there. We found Frankie on the side of the street like 3 months ago, and we are looking for her forever home. People are not helpful online whatsoever when you're like using your platform to try to rehome a dog. And like, listen, I get it, but also I didn't buy a dog. You know, we found a dog on the side of the highway, got her fixed, got her all this stuff. I would have loved to keep her. It's not an option. But someone messaged me last night at like 2:00 in the morning and replied to my story and was like, if you get rid of her, it's going to tank your success.
Oh,
and I was like, okay, I have like OCD, and like now I'm scared that if I get rid of the dog, I'm going to lose my success. Like, that was the last thing I needed to hear. Or like, people are like, I can offer virtual training if you don't want to get rid of. I'm like, that has nothing to do with whether we're keeping her or not. People are you're looking at, like, you guys get it, right?
Yeah, because we had to.
Yeah, because people are so obnoxious about it. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess I'm very sad, but people are very annoying. Also, people keep sending me invoices to the Feelin Girlie page that I think are spam, and I think this is crazy. But yeah, if you want a beautiful dog, hit me up. We are trying to get rid of her. Well, that sounds bad. We're trying to get her forever home, and we're working very hard.
Sounds way better.
Yeah, then get rid of her. Yeah. Okay. It's crazy. Okay, so let's move on to these things. I'll I'll just go to once again, I do not pre-read the emails, so please don't send crazy shit, but I love when you guys send pictures. Okay, I'm excited. This one called Dating Seems Scary. I absolutely love your videos. I first saw you on Instagram and your waitress videos. Oh my God, that's like an OG fan. If I was a girl videos, and your stand-up bits are awesome. I hate when people call them bits. Okay, also, do you ever notice that people online, I can always tell if someone started doing comedy after they blew up online on like TikTok, because all the TikTok people who like weren't doing comedy before they blew up, they always go like, on TikTok I do skits. And I always think, whenever I hear that, I always think like, oh, you're not a real comedian, you're a TikTok comedian, because nobody says that in the comedy, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's like it's almost like insulting. Call it a skit. It's almost
if that they always call like, well, I do skits on TikTok, and I go, if you told me like, oh, I like your skit, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. So I guess that's just me. Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, a skit in my memory is that's what the Boy Scouts do when they have a Boy Scout meet, is they do a skit. It's like when non-comedians take a bit from SNL and they're like, oh, we're gonna do a skit.
Exactly. It's just something a word. So if you ever hear on TikTok and hearing a comedian, I wish I could say their names because I fucking hate them, but being like, in my skit, it's like, you don't have a skit, you just make funny videos online, or I mean videos you think are funny. They're not very funny to most of us.
I see a sponsored ad too. You ever see those?
Stop.
People will do people will do they'll make a video, then sponsor it, and it's like, oh, you thought this was good enough to put money behind it, to have more people view it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like it's just like a guy bombing, and he's like, yeah, come and see me at the open.
Oh
You're out of your mind, brother.
People are insane about that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, no, people are humiliating themselves online, me included, and I'm sure there are people who hate me as well, and you'd be welcome to, and if you came to a live show, you'd love it. I do believe that anybody who hates me online, if they saw my stand-up, and actually some of you are coming to the shows, and I can see you're really disappointed in my stand-up, and that, and not by the quality, because I am very good. It's I would say you think you're coming to see a fun gig. I'd be like, if I was a girl, and that's not what you're going to get. You're going to get a 10-year bitter stand-up comedian, whatever. It's not really bitter, it's fun. But okay, let's get back to the email. Then I found you on YouTube and binge watched everything, and I'm now a tier 1 girl. Also, your content is my go-to smoke session now. Okay, that's actually huge praise, because that means that you're listening to this and you're not getting anxiety, which is great, because if you were smoking and then this was giving you anxiety, you wouldn't listen to it. All right. So I would love your advice, because I got out of my first serious relationship of 4 years about 8 months ago. I'm 23 and we met in college when we were 18. Before her, I only dated, had sex with guys, but now I'm realizing I want to pursue women. It feels super scary and uncomfortable since it's new territory for me, and I realize I care way more about what women think of me than men. Well, yeah, obviously. Men will fuck literally anything. So if a woman doesn't like you, it's because she doesn't like who you are inside. It's, you know what I mean? Like, what men think of you means almost nothing. They could be with you for 10 years. They wouldn't know who you really are on the inside. You're just a fucking sex doll to them. Sorry. It's just the truth. It now feels super insecure. I definitely don't want a relationship anytime soon, but I do want to explore my sexuality more and connect with different people. I'm not looking for hookups, and I'm unsure how to go about it. Do you have any tips in putting myself out there and building my confidence? I'm definitely not rushing into anything, but looking for some advice. Thank you. I love you, but I don't know you. Oh, I forgot to send pics. Oh, my God. You are very pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm on the left. This is recently with my roommate. Okay, beautiful. You wear like fun outfits. You definitely give gay. You have eye makeup on that says like, here we're at a pride event, and a dress that says here I am loud and proud. And now here's a picture of you and your girlfriend. Me and my ex-girlfriend who looks like a man. I'm confused. Maybe, did you say you got out of a relationship with a man or a woman, but you want to explore your sexuality? I've only had sex with guys, but now I'm realizing I want to pursue women. Here is a picture of me and my ex-girlfriend. Do you mean ex-boy? Do you think this is a boy or girl? What is the gender of the person you sent? Confusing.
blur that out. Yeah. Okay.
What? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, sorry. But I am a little confused by your email because it says that you're looking, whatever. You're looking to explore your sexuality and not get into a long-term relationship. Really, just be upfront about that. And I mean, I guess if you want to download dating apps, I would say if you're 23, go down to the gay bars, start hanging out at the gay bars, go get a couple of drinks, take some girls home, let girls take you home. You have long hair, you look feminine. Go meet a nice butch woman and let her fuck the shit out of you. And by the way, and you need to stay true to your values of I don't want a relationship right now, because these girls will try, with how pretty you are, they're going to try to rope you down and lock you down. And you have to be on the watch with that, because lesbians are always trying to move fast. So from the beginning, you need to say, I don't want anything serious. I just want sex. And you can't let your hormones dictate how you feel, because you're going to have sex with them and then you're going to be like, I actually do like you. And you have to remind yourself, this isn't real or what I want. Right? Maybe have sex with a couple of guys as well. I mean, I don't. Maybe have threesomes. You know what? You're 23. Have a threesome with a nice straight couple and see what happens. MMF it up. That's what you should do. Wait, not MMF. No, MFF. I hate that one. But 2 girls, 1 guy. Make that guy's dream come true. That's such bad advice. I'm like, girl, pleasure. But also most men probably don't deserve a threesome. So, especially if they're like 23, I can't. So what can you do? I mean, this is really more of you need to figure out how to have casual sex without getting into a relationship. Because I feel like most girls say they want that and they start having sex with somebody and then their eyes are like, hi, do you like me? You know what I mean? You guys care about how much other people like you. So do you think that helps? I think that's all I have for you, because your email was very confusing. And because it said something about like your ex-girlfriend, but you've only had sex with guys. So it was very confusing. So if you want to send an update about that, I love that you're a tier 1 girl and you're part of my family. Okay, new email. I need your relationship advice, commentary ASAP. Please read. Okay, calm down. We're reading. I'll tell you right now. Stop begging. I don't like when girls beg. Although I did talk to a guy, and okay, maybe this is gonna be too much information. I should share it for like the Patreon, but I don't care. I was talking to a guy who I used to suck his dick, and he would call me like while I did it. It sounds intense, but it was actually really hot in the morning. Like in the moment, it was very hot. Haven't talked to him in a couple of years. Now he wants to suck my dick as I call him a faggot. And I go, God, how the tides change. And I thought, like, when I said no begging, I said, the only thing you should be begging for is to suck someone's dick. That's the only hot part. Don't beg me to read an email. That's humiliating. Okay. Is that bad? Should we cut all that out? No, leave it in. I don't care. Okay, you guys, no one really laughed, but I thought, okay, I'm still gonna share my truth, because I'm a sexual gay man who has sex and does crazy stuff, and you guys can't need to handle that. All right, I'm a 31-year-old female, and love that. We're like almost the same age. I'm younger, but I have just pretty close though. I'm 30, but yeah, younger, and I have not had the best lucks of relation. What did you say?
Aren't you about to be 31?
Okay, Ariel.
like next month or something?
And how old are you? How old are you, bitch? I can't remember. What is it?
Same age as this girly
31.
writing in.
Love that. So we have 2 older women speaking, and then a younger gay man. And I think I'm the youngest person in the room. How old are you, Josh?
I just turned 30.
Okay, so I guess I'm the second. Yeah, Greg's 33. He only has a little bit left in gay world, and then he'll be sent away. Okay. I've not had the best luck relationships. I've been in 2 serious relationships and currently in what I would call a situationship for under a year. Yeah, once again, as I say every single week, situationships aren't real. You are just having sex with somebody who you want more with, who they're never going to give anything to you. So just remember that. You're just giving yourself away. For background reference, especially for a year, you think something is going to happen after a year. It's not. This person's not going to, you need to back off. All right. Sorry. You haven't given me any information yet. But you did send pictures, so you're not in trouble. For background reference, you can skip this part if it's too long. My first one was about 6 years. We call him Bob, and Bob was a bum. I paid for most things like bills and activities, and I made a higher wage, but he still couldn't contribute much around the house. Couldn't or didn't want to. In the last year of our relationship, I found out he'd been cheating on me with anyone he could. He identified as a straight male, but I found out he was having relationships with anyone and everyone. Oh, interesting. Needless to say, it didn't work out, and I took a job in New York City. Oh, I love that. She's like, my boyfriend is a loser who keeps cheating on me with men, women, trans people, so I'm going to move myself to New York City and make something of myself. At that time, I went through a whole liberation phase initially. My ex was my first and only. Oh, gosh. And then I met guy number 2, who we will call John, who was an actor. He was in love with bombing. He was love bombing, and I didn't notice. Because with love bombing, it's only love bombing if they don't mean it. You know what I mean? I think some people like get love bombed and they stay together for like 10 years, and it's like, you can't call that love bombing. It's just... Isn't it just love bombing if they just ghost you afterwards?
If they start being shitty.
Yeah, I thought that love bombing is they do something bad and then they try to make up for it. By being
No,
like,
love bombing is like when they first meet you, they're like, you're incredible, I'm obsessed with you, I'm in love with you. They like have sex with you, and then after like a month, they like never call you again.
Well, they rope you in with the love bombing, and
Yeah.
once they have you, then they start being shitty because they already have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they do that in gay world, Greg?
Yeah, I think love bombing in gay world is when you when somebody gives you a lot of affection and they really are like super passionate about it, and then when the first real thing happens in the relationship, like there's the first conflict or issue, they suddenly get really afraid because they're craving the intimacy, but they actually don't know how to deal with conflict in relationships, so they run away.
Whoa. And Greg's a therapist.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very emotionally intelligent answer.
Greg is very emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having abs and being emotionally intelligent? Okay. Wake up, Josh. Wake up, Josh. He was love bombing, and I didn't notice. We were off and on for about 3 to 4 years. He never left me into his apartment for the first 3 years because he had roommates with his ex, and they made a promise not to bring other people into their apartment. That sounds like a lie. I have been to this apartment 1 time total. He is very manipulative, gaslights me, and very unpredictable in the sense that I never know exactly what would set him off on a tangent. After a year's on and off and realizing this wasn't working, I moved to Portland, where I met guy number 3, who we will call Rob. Okay, I can tell you right now, you move to Portland, every guy in Portland is a loser. So, and I lived there for 4 years, so I would know. So I already know before we even get into Rob that he's a problem. So if Rob is your situationship, wake up, sweetheart. He's got a lot of ugly band tees, greasy hair, and you don't need to stay with him. Rob and I met roughly last summer. It's been under a year, and we are really great friends with benefits. We met off Tinder. He was initially looking for something serious, but I wasn't, as I was planning to be in Portland temporarily. I hope you're coming to my Portland show, and if you're not, I'm mad at you. Plus, I clearly had trust issues from my previous experiences. I continued to extend my contract, and we kept seeing each other. Eventually, I wonder if you're like a travel nurse. That feels like a good guess, though. Like, what else would your contract be, you know? Eventually, after about 7 months of seeing each other, hanging out, sex, being around each other's friends, I finally confessed I did want a relationship. To my surprise, he no longer wanted to for multiple reasons. That must sting. He wants one in the beginning, then fucks you for 7 months and says, never mind. Okay. But still wanted to maintain what we were doing. Oh, really? He wants to have sex with you, but not be your boyfriend? That's crazy. The main reason he gave me that I took so long to decide, and so now he felt like I was looking for other people because he thought I would. Oh, okay. So now that after you got to know him after 7 months and extended your contract, and we're like, now I actually could possibly see a future with you. He was like, no, you took too long to decide. No, he never wanted to be in a relationship with you, and he just wants to have sex with you. That's how he sees you. I tried to show him over the last 3 months that wasn't the case. Waste of your time. I also was looking for a permanent job in Portland, but it didn't work out. Yeah, because people in Portland don't have real jobs. We have continued to maintain the situation, but we have not spoken about how he feels since the last time I confessed I wanted more. Oh, I can help you. He feels the exact same. He's not going to be your boyfriend. He hasn't changed his mind. You said, I want more. He said no, and then you fucked him for the last 3 months and said, well, I guess we'll just see where this is going. I'll tell you this. It's going nowhere other than the fact that you're just going going to get deeper and deeper feelings for somebody who just wants to have sex with you and be friends, which you're not even really friends. Friends don't have sex with each other, sweetheart. I feel like every single episode I'm telling girls this, and I only learned it from the Guys We Fucked podcast. We have not spoken. As of last week, I moved to LA for 3 months contract. I'm still in contact with him. I think you're a travel nurse, even though you didn't say that. I'd really like to maintain a friendship. You're either a travel nurse or a model. And if you're a model acting like this, you're in trouble. I'm not going to be happy about that. I'd like to maintain a friendship, even though this isn't necessarily going anywhere. He has been there for moments I really needed him. My friends say I need to cut contact. Your friends are right. But since he's shown up for me when I needed him, I don't want to do that. What are your thoughts or advice? Thank you. I love you so much. Attached are pictures. Me and guy number 3, Rob. Me and guy number 2, John. Guy number 1, Bob, is a bum on the far right. Sorry, delete all the photos of me and him. Okay. Oh, you're so pretty. Is it crazy that I think I'm the most attracted to the loser who cheated on you? Yeah. You're wasting your time. He's told you multiple times he doesn't want a relationship with you. You don't live there. Also, who cares? Just meet somebody else. You guys are all you have one connection with somebody and you try to hold on to it for your entire life. Like, just let it go. He told you after 7 months of fucking you, actually after a year of fucking you, he doesn't want more for you. What? He was there for you? What? When you needed a ride? Grow up. I mean, what was he really there for you? If your friends are telling you to cut contact, I can almost guarantee you that your friends are right. And that, great, you guys have a connection. That doesn't mean you're meant to be together. You're in LA. Enjoy being in California, okay? Just meet somebody else. Maybe make some new friends. Make friends you don't have sex with. How about that? Am I being mean?
No.
Okay. Do you have anything to say? What do you think, Ariel?
No, I agree.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Craig, what do you think?
I can't give relationship advice.
You should fuck a DJ.
Why can't you give relationship advice? Because you're a therapist. Okay. Well, what would you say about her personality?
She seems fun.
You're very pretty, I'll tell you that, and that goes a long way in the Feelin Girlie podcast.
We should make an S tier. It's like tier 1 ain't pretty.
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah, yeah. I'm wondering who though. Me and Guy. I will say Rob is cute. But yeah, he's not going to give you anything because, I mean, it's over. Let it be over. I feel bad. It's really sad sometimes when I've been there too, where you're like, no, I'm going to keep loving this person. But like, how many times can you sit around and wait for somebody else to tell you that they like you when they've told you that like, it's not going to happen? Also, he said like, oh, well, you took too long to decide. That's not really a reason to be with someone or not be with someone. I think that what he realized is he got to know you, probably really likes you as a friend, thinks it's cool and it's probably really attracted to you. But like after getting to know you, in his mind, he was like, you're not someone that he sees a future with. Otherwise, he would be dating you. But he doesn't want to say that to you because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings. But there's literally no other reason other than the fact that he does not want to be your boyfriend because he does not take you seriously as a relationship option. And that's really tough to say, and I feel bad that I even have to say it to you, but that's what it is. It's not that you took too long to decide. He's just not being straightforward with you. You already moved. Enjoy LA. Meet somebody new. Cut off contact. He was never a real friend. He's a guy you met online that you've been fucking for a year. Wake up. I love saying wake up. It's my favorite. That's the podcast should be called. It's Wake Up. Okay. What are we at time-wise?
37.
Okay. We'll do one more and then move over to the Patreon. This one's kind of long. Maybe two more. This is called Sexless Marriage. Fun. Also, it's like whenever people are in sexless marriages, I always think like, I don't know, get divorced. I don't know. I just go like, people are like, we haven't had sex in 7 years. I go, what are you doing? Just like, how? And then they go, can you believe they cheated on you? I go, yeah, I would cheat after 6 months. But gay is different. We're allowed to do whatever we want. Okay. It is. Straight people are like so crazy about sex. They're always like, you can't have sex. You can't even look at somebody else. There are girls online who think that looking at porn is cheating. Do you think that? Ariel, do you think when Josh watches porn, he's cheating on you?
I don't really think so. Like,
that's not a no.
Maybe it would make me feel like a little like self-conscious and like like, why would you need to? But then at the same time, I don't really think it's that serious either. You know?
Yeah. Are you not watching porn, Josh?
Not really, but well, when I'm on the road, yeah. But she reads erotica, so that counts.
No, that's different because it's a story.
That's hornier. It's hornier.
It's literature.
Yeah, but it's hornier.
Yeah.
It's way hornier.
No, Josh, what
Watching
you're
a video
doing,
is
Josh,
so
what
different
you,
than getting like you're like diving into a story.
no, Josh, what you're doing is cheating, and what Ariel is doing is living her life, and educating herself. Maybe you should read some of that, and you guys would have a better life. Okay, I love being mean to Josh. Okay, sexless marriage. Please keep me anonymous. You can call me Molly. I love that. You have hands down the funniest show on the internet. Oh, thank you. This is all nice stuff. I now watch Feelin Girlie religiously every Thursday, sending my love to you, Alice, and Josh. Who's Alice?
Shout out to Alice.
Shout out to Alice. I love that. I love. She goes, not to be disrespectful, Molly, but she goes, I listen to Feelin Girlie. She puts the G on feelin, and then calls Ariel Alice. It doesn't seem like you're paying attention. And to all the brave girls that share their stories, I'm rooting for you. I've been married for 6 years and together with my husband for 11. We met at university, started out as housemates, fell in love, and spent years doing long distance until we finally moved in together. Cute, right? Not to me. I hate long distance, and I hate when I find out my friends are doing long distance. Because to me, I'm always like, you're living a fake life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not real. You're just like talking to someone on the phone. You're not like in a relationship. It's like you gotta have feelings for somebody, but they're across the country. I don't know. Yeah. To me, long distance is like, what's the point? You basically have like a screen name you're talking to. And then what? You guys have like FaceTime sex? Like, what is this? You know? It's like, oh, I'm dating someone else that I can't have sex with. And then when you guys visit each other, it's like, oh my God, it's so good because we spent the weekend in Boston. It's like, well, that's all it ever is the weekend in Boston. I'm getting specific. Now here comes the tea. My husband has never exactly had a raging libido, but for years now our sex has been nearly non-existent. We struggle to be, he's gay, to be, I don't know a man that maybe, whatever, I can't say that. We struggle to be intimate because he's either not in the mood or can't get in the mood. So sex has become a once every 6 weeks thing at best. I have a high sex drive, so I ended up masturbating around 3 times a day. It's not the same though, it gets lonely. Say that, sister. He also drinks a lot and smokes weed daily. He's admitted that it probably impacts his libido negatively, but he hasn't been able to stop. We're both worried about the drinking getting out of hand. Well, it sounds like it already is out of hand, not to laugh, especially since he has addiction in his family and has admitted to having an addictive personality. Yeah, your husband's an alcoholic who can't get it up. Wake up. I keep thinking you guys are going to laugh when I say mean things, and then you guys don't, and I'm like, okay, now I just seem like an asshole. There are other issues too that leave me feeling unfulfilled. He has anger issues. Read this email back and say, would I want this life? I mean, honest to God, he doesn't fuck you. He drinks and smokes weed daily, has an addictive personality, and anger issues. Ooh, sign me up. I mean, are you joking, sweetheart? Okay. Although he's been more mindful and has made progress, his outbursts have gone from daily to every. He used to have daily outbursts. That's not normal. If you think that you're living in a normal situation, you are not. You know, when like you're in a situation where, like, you know, when you're a kid and you don't realize you're in a bad home life, and then you grow up and you go like, oh, that wasn't normal. That's you right now. You're a kid not knowing you're in a bad home life. He still snaps over minor things and takes frustration out on me. Our most recent argument was over him coming back from a work trip and getting angry that I hadn't made him a freshly cooked meal. What? So he had to eat leftovers. Leave. What are you doing? I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not even halfway through. This is not worth it. If I was ever with somebody who came home from a work trip who doesn't fuck me, who got pissed that I didn't make him a meal, I'd be out of there. I really hope you don't have kids. Well, I guess we'll find out. If you don't have kids, you're so lucky. Pack your shit and leave the minute you finish this episode, because we need to make money monetizing. Once again, thought everybody would laugh. Nobody did. Great. It's always good when everybody... I'm being serious, but also making jokes. But no, you're in a really bad situation. Okay. Oh my God. Another time after a party, he was very drunk. I misread Google Maps and he started yelling at me, swearing and saying that he hated me. I have a hard time moving past that, even though he doesn't remember saying it just because of how drunk he was. I'm not confrontational, so when he lashes out, I usually just sit silently and wait for him to finish. But when he can go on for 20 to 30 minutes, other than these moments, he's funny, caring, and a great job and is loyal. Other than the fact that you guys don't have sex, he drinks every single day, has an addictive personality, and screams at you for no reason. Things aren't good. You're just taking the good stuff to make up for all the bad stuff, and right now they do not weigh out. I can't imagine life without him. That's usually what people who abuse you make you feel. I usually sit in silence or wait for him to finish. I keep alternating between believing my concerns are valid and wondering if I'm just being too sensitive or expecting too much. I really want children, but the thought of taking that step with him terrifies me. Listen to your gut. If you are so lucky right now that you have not had children with this man. Number one, even if you wanted to have children with him, he has a lot of work to do before even bringing a child into this world is even a good idea for him to do. You think he treats you like shit? What is he going to do when he's frustrated with the kids? I mean, this is all just going to escalate into probably, and I don't want to scare you, but like physical abuse at some point. This isn't like normal behavior. And your concerns are incredibly valid. If I was in your situation, I would be very scared for my inner life and physical life because it seems like he is making you live in a constant state of anxiety with scared if the food is going to be freshly cooked on time when he gets home from his work meals. And not that someone who fucks you regularly should expect those type of meals, but someone who barely fucks you shouldn't be expecting shit like that. And also, he's cheating on you on his work trips. I'm almost 100% sure of that. I can guarantee you he's cheating on you in your work trips. And if you get a chance, maybe go through his phone, but not if he's this angry because he might hit you. Whatever. I'm just being serious. No, because I think you're actually in a dangerous situation. And maybe he wouldn't physically do anything, but like you're in a dangerous situation of losing who you are as a person because it seems like you already kind of are making a lot of sacrifices for somebody who treats you like shit. I haven't finished the email and I'm already thinking you should leave him, but let me keep reading. Also, if you have a gut feeling that says like, I am terrified to have children with this man, that does not coming from nowhere. That's your inner self being like screaming, please don't do this. I will be 31 in 5 months, and as a woman, the idea of starting over is scary. Not just because of my biological clock, but because of all of my dating horror stories I hear from my friends. You are in a horror film. That's so funny that you're saying that. Your friends are going on bad dates with guys who are pretty shitty. You are in a horror film, and you don't even realize it. My family is also aggressively against divorce, which adds another layer of pressure. Are they okay with what's going on? I mean, this is crazy. Maybe this is like religious stuff. I love him so much, and he truly is a good person, but he told me he can't promise these issues will ever go away. And that broke my heart. He's telling you he won't change for you. I mean, like, you listen to what's happening. I feel bad even saying that. Sometimes it's hard, but you're so lucky you don't have kids with him yet. I would say don't have kids with him. If anything, you should start being on birth control to make sure you don't get pregnant with this man, because you need to figure out a way to leave this situation because you're not safe. I love him so much. He truly is a good person. And maybe he is a good person, but he needs to do work on himself because the way he's acting is a bad guy. It feels like my only option is either to stay and accept things as they are or to leave. Well, you do have that correct. You can either accept that this is the type of relationship that you think you deserve and you can bring kids into this world and not deal with any of the issues. He's already told you he's not going to work on them, or you can leave. Greg, who's the therapist, looks so sad right now. It's not good. And he can't say it because he's licensed and he can get in trouble. And I'm not licensed, and I'll say it. Leave, sweetheart. If you were one of my best girlfriends and this was happening to them, I would be at your house in the middle of the night packing your shit to get you away from this guy. Whenever the idea of divorce gets more serious, he begs me not to leave. I carry so much guilt about this, but the thought of divorcing him and losing him is the thought of staying and feeling this way forever terrifies me. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh my God. Yeah, leave him. You'll have no problem finding a nice guy who treats you well. Of course he's gonna. I mean, I don't want to put you in a dangerous situation, obviously, because men are so scary. But you're right. You do have to decide whether or not you want to deal with this for the rest of your life, because this is going to be the rest of your life. You are going to be dealing with a man who gets pissed at you because the food isn't made fresh. I mean, like, that's crazy. To me, as a gay man, I would never ever deal with any of this shit that you're talking about. He might be a good person on the inside. He needs some serious therapy that is going to take years to correct. And so if you want to deal with that for the rest of your life, you can go right ahead and do that. I would never do that. I would leave immediately, because I actually think you are in an unsafe situation and it's only going to escalate. Drinking, alcohol, addictive personality, anger issues, that doesn't just like all day one day magically go away. I think you like genuinely should talk to your close friends, and I hope that you're telling your girlfriends about exactly what is going on in your relationships and not lying to them about it. I'm really glad that you wrote, and he's not having sex with you. That's this, by the way, you the email title is Sexless Marriage. No. You're in a bad marriage. This has nothing to do with sex, other than the fact that maybe he's gay and he's hiding all of his like gayness underneath. I know Greg looks, I think maybe he could be like gay, and especially if you guys are like religious, and he's hiding all of his like issues behind the alcohol and weed and not having sex with you. There's something else going on here that's much bigger, or maybe he was abused as a kid or something. That's another possibility. I don't really, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you are in a really bad situation that you don't need to be in. I can guarantee you, there are so many people out in this world who you would meet who would be like a partnership for you. You don't have to be in a relationship like this. Although I will say leaving is so scary, and I'm not going to minimize that. It's one of the hardest things you can do, especially when you're in a situation with somebody else. It's not so easy to just be like, well, leave. You've like created a life with this person, and that's incredibly hard. But if you're asking my honest opinion from what you just said, I think you're in a very dangerous situation for losing who you are on the inside and for your physical safety. And all of my producers and studio audience all look really sad after reading that email. Just to give you a little heads up, I hope you're a tier 1 girl and you hear this. Do you guys have anything to say?
No, I feel very sad from that email.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to her. I would recommend she gets into therapy too if she's not already.
Yeah.
Because there's no greater sign than trauma. There's no greater sign of trauma than trying to get a difficult person to love you.
Yeah,
And
get therapy.
Staying in a relationship that long, that's, it's reason.
We've got some issues, sweetheart, and you got to work on them if you ever want to be happy or content. Or if you want to have children, I can guarantee you would be better off adopting a kid when you're in your 40s with some new guy that you meet who treats you like much better. I also can promise you that you having a kid is not going to help this situation at all. It will only make it worse. And you are so pretty, and even if you were ugly, you would deserve good things too. I realize that I keep saying you're so pretty, and like also I'm sure you're smart and intelligent and funny. You know what I mean? Like, and then I thought, even if you're not pretty, you deserve good things too. No one deserves to be hit or yelled at because they're not pretty, but you are really pretty, so you can find things much easier. But please, Molly, reread that email and tell me if you think that's normal, or send that email to a really close friend that you can trust. And also, maybe this sounds bad, go through his phone. If you can do it in a safe way, because I would not be surprised if there's something else going on that you don't know about, or that he's like cheating on you on these work trips. Just throwing it out there. He might be DL on Grindr. But I feel really sad. What are we at time-wise?
52.
Okay, should we do one?
Let's get a happy one in.
Let's get a happy.
Like a fun one that's like banged my neighbor. Subject line like sucked off my priest, or I don't know, just something fun.
Let's see this.
Just listening to your search terms.
Yeah. Just
Okay, yeah. Let me see. Okay, this one says, great story to tell. Hi, Dylan. I literally just came across your podcast and have a story that is absolutely to die for. So here it is. So I was in this relationship where I was totally doing charity work by being with this guy, and all my friends kept telling me to leave him the whole time we were together, but I loved to make fun of him and his brothers with my mom, so I stayed. Wait, that is straight up evil. I love this girl. So before college started, we were around we were around for the summer and went out to eat at this Italian restaurant, which was like 40 minutes away. He got the cheesiest thing on the menu, and I was like, okay, whatever, you do you. But halfway through the meal, he gets up to go to the bathroom for a prolonged period of time. He came back right before we had to leave, so I, of course, had to pay as per usual with him, and we left. He ordered the cheesiest thing, had diarrhea, and then you had to pay. That's crazy. I was having such bad diarrhea yesterday. This is Dylan speaking. And I had such bad diarrhea yesterday. You ever have such bad diarrhea if you take all your clothes off? Not because it's like getting all over you, but because like, you're like, I feel sick and I cannot have my shirt touching the back of my neck right now. I don't know what it is. All right. Sorry. Let's get back to this amazing story. We left. We got into the highway, and he looks at me while I'm driving, of course, and says he needs to poop. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me right now. And he says no. So I'm driving a Jeep with a dead wobble, oh my God, in New England highway, trying to type in Walmart so this asshole can go to the bathroom. I finally get off the highway, and I was making a wrong turn because I have my own grown man whining about his stomach. Okay, you are being a bitch right now. I mean, he clearly is lactose intolerant and made some bad decisions and is having diarrhea. Okay, he literally, oh my God. I had this grown man whining about his stomach, and he literally says, I just shit myself, not in the Jeep. I'm like, you're kidding, right? Meanwhile, I can see the Walmart. I was so done. I pulled out to the parking lot, made him stand outside the car, then went in and got baby wipes, underwear, and shorts, brought them out and told him to clean himself up. He waddled into the store. I called everyone I knew, and after 30 minutes, he came out and was like, you won't tell anyone, right? And I was like, yeah, you're such a bitch. That's crazy. I then gave him a second chance because I felt bad. What? You, number one, okay, you paid for, you're psycho. You paid for dinner. You didn't want to. He had diarrhea and shit himself in your Jeep. You then call to tell everybody and embarrass him. And then you feel bad, so you give him a second chance. I mean, what are you, 19? I then gave him a second chance and I felt bad. Then he literally left me on a train station in Boston alone at night twice. Maybe he had to shit again. Needless to say, we had a shared friend group, and I told everyone, and I currently tell everyone he's fat now and hasn't had a girlfriend in 3 years and just joined a frat. Hope you enjoy. Oh my God, here's a pic of me, then him on the far right. Hope your reaction to this story, but I'm a tier 2 girly. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I do see him. He's not the cutest guy in the entire world, but listen, everyone has issues, and that was crazy. I think you might have some mental issues yourself, sweetheart, but and yeah, it sounds like maybe you guys just shouldn't talk or be friends. I mean, this just doesn't seem but I don't really know what to say about that. But you dated a guy who shit his pants. I wonder if you had sex with him, and I don't think I would ever be able to have sex with somebody that I was with when they shit themselves. Oh, is that you guys?
We both shit our pants in front of each other. Like multiple times.
Really?
Not multiple times.
Well, one each, I think.
That's how you know you really love somebody, if they shit their pants in front of you and you go, just clean it up, I'll dog you out after.
Can I tell them the story or no?
I don't
But yeah, tell the stories.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
She told me one time as a joke, she was like, you should grab my butt quick. And then I did. And then she went to fart. She tried to trick me into grabbing her butt while she farted. And she full shit her pants. And it was me and her mom. And so Ariel full dutied right into my...
I have IBS.
The prettiest girls always do.
And so yeah, that was...
Yes. Luckily, we were home, though. So I just took a shower.
Listen, we've all...
Yeah.
We've all...
Everything in the trash, like she committed a crime.
We all have shit ourselves, I think. But that's how you know you really like somebody, if they shit themselves in front of you and you go I still want to be with them, you know?
My pants like a month ago?
He did it recently. We were on a walk. He had to waddle home. I have a video of it.
That will be going on the Patreon. All right. Well, we actually do need to... We do have to move over to the Patreon. If you want to hear the rest of the emails from the stories, join the Patreon at feelingirliepod.com.
Patreon.com/feelingirlie.
Patreon.com/feelingirlie. Thank you so much, Josh. That's where the real stuff goes on. Thank you guys so much. We love you so much. It's $5 a month. Don't be a bitch. Love ya. Bye.